global happenings today. We communicate, we analyze global news. Stay tuned.
Hello, beautiful people. Welcome back to Global Happenings Today YouTube channel. Lots and lots of drama is unfolding right now in Imo State already. Governor Hope Uzodinma is making a U-turn. In fact, he's insisting that the Obedient movement is not only a force to reckon with. In fact, he's begging, pleading, and trying to work with the Obedient movement. As he's speaking, this one looks me more like audio Obedient movement. But then again, let's find out as he's making a U-turn, ready to embrace Obedient movement and the youth in Imo State. But something unique is happening in the Supreme Court on the 31st of October 2023. Is Emeka Ihiedioha coming back? We do not know. But in all of this, 31st of October will determine if there will be an election in Imo State come the 11th of November 2023, as Hope Uzodinma is running helter-skelter to hold back his old mandate. If just a few days to go to complete that old mandate of 4 years, and also to see if he can get a re-election, because on the old mandate, only on the old mandate can he get a re-election. If he loses the old mandate, then we're looking at Emeka Ihiedioha coming back. As now, the matter has taken a different tone. This is 2 in 1. We're going to give you full details on that very quickly. But before we do that, kindly subscribe to our channel. Let's hit the ground running. Hope Uzodinma of Imo State says Obedient movement is a patriot. In fact, not just a patriot, but a patriot crusade for good leadership in Nigeria. Now, Mr. Uzodinma shared this morning when some youth under the aegis of Imo Obiedients youth endorsed him in Owerri for the election in the state. This one looks like audio, but let's continue. Now, Obedient movement is a patriot movement. Obedient movement is about any political party. Obedient movement is about good leadership. Any political party is about good leadership. Obedient movement is about the future and the interest of Nigeria, Mr. Uzodinma told the youth. Now, Obedient is a popular name for the supporters of Peter Obi, the Labour Party LP presidential election, and the 2023 general elections. Now, the term Obedient was coined from the surname of Labour Party presidential candidate Obi. Obedient movement is often used to describe the activities of the group, which have been critical of President Bola Tinubu and his party, the All Progressive Congress APC. Now, joining hands with Obedient, Governor Hope Uzodinma, a member of the APC, is actually seeking re-election. Now, the governor used that he would like to identify with them wholly and entirely. Let me quote him word for word. He said, "I assure you that I will join hands with you in driving home the realization of your aspiration to bring an Imo State that will recognize the youth population, an Imo State that will have a clear-cut direction, an Imo State that will have a development plan. The strength of Imo youth becomes the strength of Imo State," he said. The leader of the youth, that's Mandela Emeka, told the governor that the youth have resolved to vote for him in the election because they found him worthy to lead the state better than any other candidate taking part in the exercise. It is not clear, but for now, it's actually not clear for now, if the youth are members of the Labour Party, which is fielding Athan Achono as the governorship candidate. Same Mr. Hope Uzodinma in July 2022, ahead of the 2023 general election, had mocked the same Labour Party supporters, otherwise also known as Obedient, by describing them as a party that was only strong on social media. Internet never forgets. And the opposition that is only strong on social media with no political structure on ground, you are listening to them, the governor said during a meeting with APC members in the state. Although he did not mention names, the comment was apparently being directed to the Labour Party supporters at that time. Now, very quickly, in another news, Emeka Ihiedioha is making strong moves to reclaim back his lost mandate, even though it's just a few days to go for Hope Uzodinma to finish this particular mandate. And it's not resting at all, as 31st of October will either decide if he's going to become the newest governor or if there will be an election come November 11. Now, according to the news, Hope Uzodinma, Senator Hope Uzodinma is said to have intensified moves to stop the Supreme Court from hearing an appeal on the 2019 Imo governorship election, which the Apex Court has already fixed for October 31st, 2023, 11 days to the governorship election. That's November 11. Actually, to the governorship election, November 11 governorship election. Now, Uzodinma is seeking a re-election on the platform of the All Progressive Congress APC. The governor's apprehension is that in considering and ruling on the appeal, which borders on the qualification of the APC to participate in 2019 governorship poll, the apex court could reach a decision that might upend his governorship, as it were, and do the same to his re-election bid. Now, the notice which has got Uzodinma running helter-skelter is between Ugwuamba Uche Nwosu, the appellant, and the Action People's Party, and 3 others, signed by the Registrar of the Supreme Court, Usman B. Bacho, and dated October 16, 2023. It reads, and I quote, "Take notice that the above appeal motion will be listed for hearing before the Supreme Court of Nigeria, sitting at Abuja on Tuesday, 31st of October 2023. It continued that any further take notice that in accordance with Order 2 Rule 1 Subsection 2 of the Supreme Court Rules 1985 as amended, this notice is deemed sufficiently served on you if it is left at your address of service or sent by registered post, and since the date of service by post is material, Section 25 of the Interpretation Act 1954 shall apply. There are credible feelers that Governor Uzodinma has been running helter-skelter, trying to pull the necessary strings to stall the hearing of the appeal and motion by the Supreme Court. And the People's Democratic Party (PDP) had also filed its appeal motion on July 9, 2020, seeking the apex court to enforce its judgment that disqualified APC from 2019 Imo State governorship elections. Sundry media reports also that the Supreme Court was set to hear the motion by the Action People's Party (APP) and the PDP, seeking for enforcement of its judgment that disqualified the All Progressive Congress (APC) from 2019 Imo State governorship. Now, both the APC, the PDP, APP had applied to the Supreme Court to give effect to its judgment, which was delivered on September 20, 2019. The parties are worried by Governor Uzodinma's move to stall the hearing of the appeals or motions by the Supreme Court on October 31st, 2023. Meanwhile, there is the meat of the matter. The meat of the matter here is that the judgment had disqualified Uche Nwosu from Imo State governorship election on the grounds of double nomination. The apex court had, in judgment delivered on December 2019, found that Nwosu was nominated by both Action Alliance (AA) and the All Progressive Congress (APC, and consequently nullified his nomination. A political party is not capable of sponsoring 2 candidates for the same office in the same election. The Supreme Court had reasoned. This had informed the decision of the PDP and APC to file different applications at the Supreme Court, seeking that the PDP candidate, Honorable Ihiedioha, be declared the winner of the election, since APC was precluded from sponsoring 2 candidates in Imo State governorship election. In an affidavit filed in support of the application, which was disposed to by legal practitioner Adedamola Farokun, working in the legal department of the PDP, he averred thus that the third respondent applicant as well, PDP, is neither in any way seeking a review of the valid, subsisting, and well-considered judgment of this court delivered in this appeal, nor seeking a review of the judgment of this court delivered on 14th January 2020 in SC /462/2019, but rather it is humbly seeking that this court gives effect to its judgment delivered on 20th December 2019, that this court has the constitutional inherent powers and jurisdiction to grant the relief sought and give effect to its judgment, that is, the interest of justice, for this court to exercise its wide discretionary powers in favor and granting its application as prayed. In the application, PDP is also asking the court to declare that the governor of Imo State, Hope Uzodinma, was not the candidate of the APC based on court judgment that Nwosu was nominated by both APC and Action Alliance. PDP, which sees itself as advantageously positioned to be awarded the governorship position of the court, opposed his argument, asked the court for an order enforcing or otherwise directing the enforcement or giving effect to the judgment of the court in the case delivered on the 20th December 2019, wherein the court had held that Nwosu was nominated by both APC and AA and consequently declared his nomination a nullity. Specifically, the PDP asked the Supreme Court to hold that both the Action Alliance AA and the All Progressive Congress APC did not sponsor and or field any candidate for the governorship election held in Imo State on the 9th March 2019 in view of the double nomination of the appellant or respondent by the two political parties, the PDP and APP, and his subsequent disqualification as their gubernatorial candidate as found by this honorable court in the judgment delivered on the 20th of December 2019. And the party asked the court for an order sequel to the above that Senator Hope Uzodinma was not a candidate by himself or any party at the Imo State governorship election held on the 9th March 2019. Now, PDP also asked the court for an order directing the Independent National Electoral Commission to withdraw the certificate of return issued to Senator Hope Uzodinma. It asked the court also for an order further directing the fourth respondent to issue a certificate of return to the gubernatorial candidate of the third respondent applicant, which is Right Honorable Ihiedioha, in Imo State governorship election held on the 9th of March 2019 as duly elected governor of Imo State, having scored the second highest number of votes in the said election, sequel to the judgment of this court in appeal number SC/1462/2019 to wit Hope Uzodinma and Anor versus Right Honorable Ihiedioha and others, delivered on the 14th January 2020. Now, the party further sought an order sequel to the above directing that the said gubernatorial candidate of the third respondent in Imo State governorship election held on the 9th of March 2019, that Right Honorable Ihiedioha be immediately sworn in as the governor of Imo State. Okay, that if this whole thing goes forward and it goes to Supreme Court eventually, and for whatever reason there's an upturning of this whole thing, that 4 years that Hope Uzodinma have done is a waste of law, no recovery. But then again, it will also mean that Ihiedioha will definitely, that means this whole election will not hold. I don't know how this fares because it's going to take place on the 31st of October before the election will be taking place on the 11th of November. So if there's an upturn, then Imo State should be rejoicing. But let's say it fails out. Let's meet in our comment section. What's your take? Have a nice day.